We're here with Michael Green at the courthouse today. Michael, you're standing for the council again.
Yes. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Gurn for giving me the opportunity to speak to the people in Nairn. And yes, I'm putting myself forward on May the 5th. I'd like to talk about the Nairn Common Good. Now, to a large extent, it seems to me that the Nairn Common Good operates behind closed doors, it's shrouded in secrecy, and I'd have to say it appears to be a vehicle for personal agendas and even the strategic aims of the Highland Council. The people that matter most, the people of Nairn, currently have no direct say in how their common good is run or the direction.
And you wish to remedy that?
I've got a proposal to remedy that. The Nairn Common Good is your common good. It's monies, it's assets, the capital, the revenue, and these are significant. They are yours. Yet you're denied direct access, any control, any input into how your common good is run and how your common good operates. That will change if I am elected on May the 5th. What I am proposing, and will happen very quickly if unfortunately I have to be elected, is I'm going to have a Nairn Common Good Advisory Committee. Jim, how are you? The Nairn Common Good Advisory Committee. The committee will be made up of representatives from local organisations, local institutions. I would suggest, although it's not for me to say that will be determined by the people of Nairn, but I would suggest that it would be community council members, it would be from the community centre, sporting clubs, it would be the BID, it would be the Rotary, there would be charities, there would be the church, the PTAs, and let's not forget the youth of Nairn, because the young people of Nairn must have a say in the operation of their common good. I would suggest that the head boy, the head girl, or whatever the equivalent is these days, would have a place on the advisory committee. So the advisory committee would meet, I would suggest, on a quarterly basis with the elected members, with an agenda from and made by the committee to discuss matters and to set out a plan for the common good, which would for the first time give them direct input into how the common good operated and determining the remit and the role of the common good in the operation in the town.
Now, you have a copy of a book there.
I've got a copy in my bag. I've got Andy Whiteman's The Poor Had No Lawyers.
He wrote a series of chapters on really hard luck stories, how common good funds across Scotland had a real hard time, got ripped off, etc., resources diminished. How do you think Nairn compares? Could Nairn be a chapter in Andy Whiteman's book, The Poor Had No Lawyers?
The Nairn Common Good deserves a book of its own. I think if you go back in time, I would suggest that there's so many things, so many interesting points of view from the common good. The common good, since its inceptions, has been, I would say, mismanaged, abused, and folk have taken advantage of the common goods. Once you get transparency and good governance into a common good, you stop that and you can actually make the common good a vehicle for change in somewhere for Nairn where your common good is so significant. So I'd encourage everybody to read Andy Whiteman's book. It's a fabulous book and will give you a good grounding, or go to the Gurn and put into the search bar Nairn Common Good, and that will give you chapter and verse on the common good and how it's been operated and administrated from the outside over the last decade or so. And
so if anybody wants to speak further on you with you about the common good, you'll be around the doors soon, or they can contact you personally?
Well, I would like, if given the opportunity by the Gurn, I would like to return and give you some more of the policies that I would like to implement. I was a councillor for 5 years. I don't have to go on a learning curve. I know people, I've got relationships, I get on with people. You have to work in partnership, and on that basis I would look for your vote on May the 5th. What I would say is I'll be consulting during the election with institutions, with bodies to get their opinions and feedback, but more importantly I'll be coming round the doorstep. There will be no door unknocked to get your views on many matters, not least how we administer and how we get your input into the running of the Nairn Common Good.
Thank you, Michael. I look forward to talking to you again on a whole range of topics connected with this election.
Thank you.
Cheers.